Defining SIDS isn't easy, not for us, not for doctors, and not for researchers. But in the simplest of terms, SIDS is the moment when a baby dies silently, suddenly, and without explanation. In this neighborhood, driveways, they lead to homes that no longer exist. And the images that they now lead to are absolutely chilling. You see cars that have clearly been searched by emergency responders looking for victims, looking for people who might need help. They're working to bring excavators and earth movers to the scene because they say that's really going to be how they get to the heart of the fire and knock it out quicker. So as you can see, this is a huge plume of black smoke that's billowing into the sky. It's grown so large. Heather Haley, our chief meteorologist, says she can actually see this now showing up on radar. Yeah, go Vols indeed. Enjoy the weather, and I loved that. What's a Hoosier? It's a loser.
It's a loser.
Oh, look what Ben brought you.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can just tuck that into your pocket, and you are officially ready for the bowl game, Harry. Perfect. There we go.
There we go.
You know who else is ready for the game tonight? Brittany Tarwater's adorable baby, all decked out in his Tennessee team captain gear. This is Ryan Meyer's home. The second that he found out that his family was safe, do you know what he did? He ran right across the street to help his neighbor who was in need, a woman trapped under this home as it was collapsing. A few minutes after Ryan and I talked, I looked over at the home where the woman died, and I saw a family member there. And I went over and spoke with her, and she said it was her cousin who had passed away. And we promised that we weren't going to share the name. She wasn't sure if every family member knew the news yet. But she said that the victim had at least a few moments to communicate with family before she passed away.
Something really makes me want to lace up my running shoes and go for a jog.
Is it this weird dress that I'm wearing, Ted?
That might be it.
If anyone knows how to tie a bow on these shoelaces, please report to the studio. David, somebody tell me what I'm supposed to do with this. It's my phone, it's Facebook. I've been trying to upload a cute video of my kid, and it's not working. Uh-oh. If you have Facebook or Instagram, you are probably feeling my pain. It hasn't really been working well today. People started reporting problems around noon, and then widespread outages followed. Facebook not saying what happened, but they did go on Twitter to tell folks about it. You have to wonder, how does somebody survive something like this? Well, the short answer to that is, Carlin, you weren't here last night. Carlin said he had a bad feeling and you went to a different home. You walk back this morning and you see what daylight brings and you say to yourself, what? And Chris said to be an oddly intimate moment. This is a stranger and you were just a matter of feet away from him in those moments that he was dying. A Knoxville police officer among what police are calling multiple gunshot victims at Austin East High School. We still hear the Knox County Sheriff's Office helicopter in the air. I'm trying to get in touch with their public information officer just to see if they can give any more guidance or information about in what capacity their helicopter is supporting the scene. Is it in the air looking for someone? Is it in the air ensuring that this situation is contained? Gwen, I'm going to let you take it over because Kim Glenn from the Sheriff's Office is calling me right now. I want to answer her and get the quickest and most up-to-date information. So Gwen, walk us through what you're seeing out there, please. Just got off the phone with Kimberly Glenn. She is the spokesperson for the Knox County Sheriff's Office. She is confirming that there is no active threat. We'll continue to follow that. David Sykes, one of our assignment editors, just walked in, Casey, and handed me this paper. We've got another shooting that's possibly unfolding on Truslow, which is near Center Drive. It was initially paged out as a drive-by shooting, and they are searching for a suspect. Is that correct? And how far, David, is this from Austin East High School? Under a mile. So we're now in the situation where we've got another possible shooting happening within a mile of Austin East High School. Casey, we've got Zach Rickens headed to that scene to learn more about that. Robert, you're going to talk about TDOT's game plan to fix the problem in just a second, but I want to get back to that. Drivers so angry, they didn't even want to talk to us on camera because they were worried that they were going to start swearing. Kind of rude how winter just barged in, forcing its cold onto us. We've got frost, snow in the Smokies, and a biting chill Nashville, basically everywhere else. She posted this moment that most parents would never reveal to strangers on social media, her crying baby, which led to a mommy meltdown. I was really scared for her when I watched the video and went and read those comments, because people say some really mean things.
Sometimes they forget it's a person that they're talking to.
They forget that you read that and you see that, and you know, you feel a certain way about those things. But she says that millions of people ultimately watched the video because ultimately we gravitate towards things that are real and raw, and the video certainly was.
And she was vulnerable there,
But if you're opting for a real Christmas tree this year, we need to have a little chat. Something may be burrowed into the wood, just waiting to come out once the tree gets inside of your home and it gets warm.
And it's not as fun as she makes it sound.
It's really not.
You could have roaches.
Robert, let's talk about the crowds. How big are they? Oh, now this looks fun. I didn't know this was going to be happening. What do we have here, Robert?
Amanda Hara is joining us now with a story that she broke. A federal lawsuit filed against a Knoxville babysitter who was caring for toddlers when they drowned in her pool. What have you found out now, Amanda?
Well, Ted, I got off the phone with attorney Wayne Ritchie. He represents the twins' parents. He confirms that they are suing Jennifer Sally, claiming that she allowed unsafe conditions and failed to supervise the twins last summer, leading to their deaths. The sheriff of Knox County says this is the time when these situations could potentially turn deadly. And he said, the last thing we want to do is go to your family's home and tell them that you've died because you've driven through water. All right, we're going to get back to that bizarre story that we broke last night. An off-duty Knox County deputy reported seeing a tiger near the Forks of the River Industrial Park. Massive search has been underway since. Phil Colclough with Zoo Knoxville is joining us. Phil, your tigers at Zoo Knoxville, they're accounted for. So are Little Ponderosas and Tiger Haven. So my first question to you, what are the chances that somebody maybe saw a bobcat and mistook that for a tiger, especially at night? Is that possible?
Sure, it's absolutely possible and absolutely likely.
So we're going to do a little time travel here. Tennessee, not beaten Alabama for 12 years. So the math on that, 2006 was our last win. Back then, Ted, Instagram didn't exist.
Still doesn't, as far as I'm concerned. Keep going.
That's true. MySpace was more popular than Facebook. You still have MySpace. You're the only person left in the world.
I'm a loser.
And Hannah Montana, Ted's favorite, had just hit the air.
Oh, Party in the USA wasn't even out.
Porch Pirates have new competition, which means we have new enemies, a fresh wave of criminals stealing your mail in ways that we really haven't seen before. We're going to start with the weather team. Guys, the ground is pretty warm. The air is cold, which I guess is a good mixture for folks who are hoping to get up in the morning and drive, but we still have to be cautious. Absolutely.
Kind of cute.
Calf was born this morning. The baby, the mom, they're kind of like in a sequestered area in the barn so they can bond and it's quiet, and zoo staff will watch them for a few days, make sure they're healthy and strong. And then once the staff, they're kissing. Oh my gosh, they were bonding.
That's cute.
Once they're healthy enough, then they'll be able to go outside, and then I'll be right there, just waiting to touch you.
This is WVOT News at 5 with Ted Hall and Brittany Tarwater.
Well, that was a false alarm because neither of them are here. Thanks for joining us for WVLT News at 5. I'm Amanda Hara. It is so hot. We're not even going to say our names. We're not even going to say thanks for watching, although we are appreciative.
She's I'm That's all we can get out right now.
That's all we have.
These vineless pumpkin patches appearing on church properties around East Tennessee.
How are they growing?
No
out of the parking lot.
May kiss the bride.
She just really went in for the kill.
There's some aggressive
with
kissing
that
there.
kiss.
They did make their flight. That's the good news in all this.
And let this be a lesson to you, all you kids out there. Get to the airport early just in case you need to get married.
Get married there.
Shall we golf clap to that?
It is Masters Week. It's Masters Week next week.
It is very apropos.
There you go.
Have a great night. We'll see you at 11 on WVLT.
Just stubborn that way. You're so dirty. Okay.
A barn might be the last place you'd find yourself saying this.
Cleaning the stalls, that's like the best feeling there is.
But something about the way it smells
It's amazing.
and everything about what's inside
Good girl.
are exactly what Jessica Thoma lives for. For as long as she can remember,
Good girl. Sugar, I'm never nervous to get on.
the best seat in the house
Come on down.
has always
Whoa.
been on a horse.
Oh, the feeling of just being on the horse is like, this is where I'm supposed to be. She's so excited right now.
Good girl, Sugar.
Well, really my mom is to blame.
Bender.
Come on. She got me addicted to horses way before I ever rode one.
Yeah.
But every good rider will tell you you're bound to fall off. And when life threw Jessica from the saddle,
She lost both of her legs below the knee and her left arm below the elbow.
she wasn't quite sure how she'd get back on.
I was on the brink of death. I almost died.
Like a runaway horse, a mysterious sickness took off inside Jessica's body.
This is my bad hand.
By the time doctors caught up to the rare autoimmune disease, it was too late.
My whole left hand was dead. It was dying, and my legs were dying.
This is what vasculitis does, is it takes away the blood flow from your extremities.
And they were telling me that, I was going to become a triple amputee. The first thing I wanted to do after the amputations, after my surgery, was take a picture and post it on Facebook. It was a big moment to post that picture, because that was who I was going to be for the rest of my life. There are some days where I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to work, because I just didn't want this to happen. And I didn't have a choice. I know I've got some tears in my eyes right now, but that's normal.
But because Jessica has horses that need to be fed and cleaned and exercised, she chooses to get out of bed. And because it costs money to care for the animals, she chooses to go to work.
They definitely give me purpose. Like, they're the reason I get up in the morning. I gotta feed them. Gotta make sure they have water, make sure they have hay. And I work for them, specifically, to take care of them.
Horses are the lifeline that pulled Jessica from her bed to the barn, and from depression to determination.
How are you feeling right now, getting ready to go in the ring for the very first time since you've been out of the hospital?
A mixture of extremely excited and pretty nervous.
It was, 5 months after your amputation, you were in a horse show, competing.
Yeah, against able-bodied people. It was insane.
Just 5 months after losing most of her limbs,
I only screwed up once.
Jessica competed in a horse show in Newmarket and won.
Oh, God. I wish I could do it again. I was on cloud 9 that whole day, just being there in that environment.
When do you think you'll take on the next show?
Late September.
Take it one step at a time, right?
Is that a joke?
No.
Have you jumped at all since the amputations?
This big. Tiny.
But still, what was that like?
Oh, it was so fun. So you really gotta sit deep and hold on.
Whoa! Sitting on top of a horse puts Jessica on top of the world.
Horses before were kind of a commodity. I had them, I loved them, but I didn't need them. Now they're a necessity. I have to have them.
And she's not just riding for herself, she's riding for everyone who needs a reason to gallop full speed ahead.
My biggest goal is, to reach out to people that maybe think they can't. And I can show them that they definitely can. Always get back in the saddle. No matter how hard life gets you down, you get back on that horse and you ride.
Good girl. That was nice.
Like, what happened? It's like a ghost town. It's just sad to see such a campus with the history be in this state. Yeah, all the buildings need to be torn down. We need to start from scratch. Oh, wow. It's pretty bad. Why would they let this campus get like this?
Time has a way of taking its toll, a way of making strong bones weaker than they once were.
And you know what? To see buildings like that makes me feel like sad. This college campus needs a lot of perseverance.
That's what got Knoxville College this far. But after nearly 145 years, can perseverance take it any further? The first crack in the foundation came when the historically black college lost its accreditation. Then enrollment dropped, buildings were boarded up, and classes were finally suspended. Then in 2019, Knoxville College reopened with online courses. All was silent until a recent Saturday morning. If you listened close enough, you could hear life returning to these halls.
I guess I need to walk that way, huh?
And you could see an architect
I'm coming.
helping to build the school's future.
Here I come.
You will go in the records as the graduate who opened a new era in the history of KC.
The graduating class of 2019 wasn't big at all. In fact, Keisha Ruiz was the only graduate.
I'm the only graduate.
Just her.
Oh, then I'm the only one.
No one else.
Thank you. I'm the only graduate, so today's my day, yes.
All eyes on the one student who wanted to be a part of something when the school finally reopened.
And I was like, oh, well, this is the start of something.
I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate of Arts. You may now grasp your tassel and move it from the right side to the left side as a symbol of your academic achievement.
Slide to your left, please. Everyone look this way for me, please. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
This is one of my little legacies. I was the first graduate in 4 years since the college reopened to graduate, so I'll always have that for myself.
Knoxville College now credits Keisha for drawing dozens of new and hopeful students to the school, and officials expect to add another graduate this spring.
At least they did achieve something when they tried to reopen, that they did have the one graduating senior, which would be me. So they accomplished something with this 50-year-old woman over here. Yes, they got the one out.
As Keisha hits 50 and Knoxville College embarks on another year,
you just keep growing.
She says both are learning something about age.
Never too old to grow. Yeah.